Stop scrolling and look at your screen right now because the rap industry just hit the absolute self-destruct button. We have seen loyalty tested before, but we have never witnessed a backdoor as cold, as calculated, and as demonic as what just happened to NBA YoungBoy. Imagine being one of the most protected and feared artists on the planet, only to have the mother of your child, the woman who knows your secrets, your fears, and your exact location, caught in the arms of the very OPPS, who want you in a casket. This isn't just a rumor, and it isn't just internet talk. This explosive betrayal was caught live in front of 150,000 stunned viewers. The terrifying silence that fell over YoungBoy's face wasn't just anger. It was the sound of a billion-dollar empire crumbling in real time. We are talking about the ultimate act of treason that makes every other rap beef look like a playground scrap. But here's the kicker. What we just discovered about the Miami incident is far more sinister than the headlines are telling you. The question isn't, why did she do it? The question is, who sent her to finish the job? To truly grasp the magnitude of this digital earthquake, you have to understand the man at the epicenter of the storm. NBA YoungBoy, or Top as the streets and his millions of diehard fans call him, isn't just a rapper. He is a global phenomenon. He is a man who has lived 10 lifetimes before even hitting the age of 26. Since the moment he stepped out of the trenches of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he has been a magnet for two things: platinum plaques and relentless, bone-chilling conflict. His life has been a series of high-stakes gambles, moving from the gritty street corners of the South to the high-security, isolated mansions of Utah. Always with a target painted on his back. YoungBoy has built his multi-million-dollar empire on a single, unshakable foundation: loyalty. In the world of never broke again, loyalty isn't just a word. It is a religion. It is the brand. In his music, he speaks about his circle like a sacred brotherhood. If you are in, you are protected by a wall of fire. But if you cross that line, there is no apology, no sorry, and absolutely no coming back. He has famously disowned his own blood relatives for showing even a hint of snake energy. He has stared down federal prosecutors and rival gang leaders with the same cold, unblinking eyes. But amidst all the armor, there was one singular, massive blind spot: the mothers of his children. Enter the woman at the dark heart of this scandal. For years, she was marketed to the world as the ultimate ride or die. She was the one who stood by Top through the high-profile jail stints, the grueling house arrests, and the endless, soul-crushing legal battles. She wasn't just another baby mama. She was a trusted member of the inner sanctum. She had the keys to the private jets, access to the encrypted servers, and most importantly, the unconditional trust of a man who literally trusts nobody else on this earth. She was the one person the fans thought would never, ever fold. But while YoungBoy was busy fighting for his freedom and securing his children's legacy, a shadow was moving silently behind the scenes. The OPPS, a collective of rival factions that stretch from the projects of Chicago to the backstreets of New York, have been looking for a way to dismantle Top for a decade. They couldn't get to him through the front door. His security team is trained like a private military. They couldn't catch him on the streets because he moves like a ghost in the night. So, they went for the back door. Industry insiders have been whispering for months that a certain rival camp had been sweet-talking someone very close to the NBA camp. There were leaked reports of mysterious wire transfers, encrypted signal messages, and high-end jewelry being delivered to a private residence in Houston. Most people brushed it off as hate or fan fiction, but the tension was building like a pressure cooker ready to blow. The streets were talking in hushed tones, but YoungBoy, blinded by his loyalty to his family, wasn't listening until the noise became too loud to ignore. The history of hip-hop is littered with petty beefs, but YoungBoy's rivalries are different. They aren't about bars or billboard sales. They're strictly about life and death. When you are at war with Top, it is a 24/7 engagement. And when the enemy decides to use your own flesh and blood as a weapon of mass destruction against you, the rules of the game vanish. This wasn't just a random hookup at a club. This was a strategic, surgical strike designed to humiliate the king of the South on a global stage. The fuse was lit the moment she stepped onto that plane to Miami, and nobody, not even YoungBoy, was prepared for the nuclear fallout that was about to follow. The date was March 3rd, 2026, a night that started like any other for the NBA camp but ended in absolute digital warfare. NBA YoungBoy had hopped on one of his legendary Instagram live sessions, and the energy was uncharacteristically high. He was previewing unreleased heat, laughing with his team in the background, and looking like a man who had finally found peace in his Utah fortress. Over 150,000 people were tuned in, watching the King of the South in his element. But in the comment section, a virus was spreading at a terrifying speed. Top look at the reel. She's in Miami with the Blix. Check your DMS top, it's over. At first, YoungBoy ignored the noise. He's used to the trolls, the fake accounts, and the constant attempts to bait him into a crash out. But the spam became an absolute flood, drowning out the fire emojis and the fan love. You could see the exact microsecond the vibe in the room shifted. His brow furrowed. He picked up a second phone, his private, encrypted line, and started scrolling. For 3 agonizing minutes, the live went completely silent. No music, no talking. Just the sound of 150,000 hearts racing in anticipation of the explosion. Then, it happened. A video started circulating on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram simultaneously, watermarked by a notorious underground blog. It was a grainy, high-definition clip from an exclusive, invitation-only club in Miami. In the center of the frame was YoungBoy's baby mama. She wasn't just at the club. She was draped over a high-ranking member of the very rival set that has been linked to multiple attempts on YoungBoy's life. They weren't just talking. They were whispering, laughing, and sharing a gold-plated bottle of Ace of Spades. It was a scene of pure, unadulterated intimacy in the enemy's territory. YoungBoy's face on the live transformed from confusion to a mask of pure, demonic rage. It was a look that made viewers want to reach through their screens and run for cover. He didn't scream. He didn't jump up. He whispered, and that whisper was far more terrifying than any shout. "So this what we doing? This how we playing it? After everything I gave you? You laying with the vultures?" But then came the first major twist, the one that turned a cheating scandal into a life and death conspiracy. YoungBoy turned his camera toward his laptop and pulled up a set of leaked DMs that had just hit his inbox from an anonymous source. These weren't just flirty messages between a woman and a rival rapper. These were coordinates. These were timestamp locations of where YoungBoy's children were scheduled to be for their weekend outings. The betrayal wasn't just sexual, it was a cold-blooded setup. She hadn't just gone to Miami for the smoke. She had gone there to hand over the keys to the kingdom. Leaked audio from the club's VIP booth surfaced minutes later, where the rival gang member was heard bragging, "Tell Top we got the blueprints to the mountain now. The gate is wide open." The internet went into a total state of emergency. Fans were in a literal panic, wondering if a hit was in progress at that very moment. YoungBoy didn't wait to explain. He didn't wait for an apology. He signaled to his security team, men dressed in full tactical gear, and the live cut to black. But not before the world saw him grab a heavy-duty tactical bag. Just when the world thought this was the peak of the drama, a close friend's story from the baby mama's own account was leaked. It showed her holding a massive stack of blue $100 bills, easily $50,000, with a caption that read, "Loyalty don't pay the bills when the ops are hiring. Sorry, Top." The act of disrespect was so calculated, so grimy, that even the most neutral hip-hop fans were disgusted. But little did YoungBoy know, the Miami incident was just the distraction for a much larger Trojan horse that was already inside his Utah mansion. As the sun began to rise on March 4th, the chaos didn't just linger. It intensified into a full-blown digital nuclear winter. The hashtag YoungBoyBetrayed was trending #1 worldwide, surpassing even political news and global sports. But then, a second, even more terrifying twist dropped that shifted the entire narrative from a cheating scandal to a federal-level conspiracy. An insider from the Miami club, reportedly a disgruntled security guard, leaked a full 10-minute audio recording of the private conversation between the baby mama and the rival camp. In the audio, you can hear her laughing, a chilling, hollow sound, as she describes YoungBoy's private security protocols in agonizing detail. She wasn't just there for a night of bottle service and clout. She was a Trojan horse. She was heard saying, "He thinks he's safe because he's tucked away in the mountains, but I've got the codes to the biometric gates. He doesn't even change them when I leave." The shockwaves hit the music industry like a physical blast. This wasn't just street drama anymore. This was a premeditated assassination plot caught on tape. Rappers from across the map started weighing in, and the industry was forced to pick sides. Famous rapper One tweeted, "If you can't trust the mother of your seeds, the game is truly dead. Pray for top tonight." Meanwhile, the rival camp started posting troll photos on their IG stories, holding up YoungBoy's signature Gravedigger chains and laughing at the camera. They were mocking him, taunting him to react, knowing they had the inside track. But here is the shocking reveal that changed everything. A private investigator, allegedly hired by YoungBoy's legal team during his last house arrest, released an anonymous statement claiming that the baby mama hadn't just met the OPPS in Miami. She had been on their official payroll for over 6 months. They found a shell company registered in her name that had received over $500,000 in consulting fees from a business entity tied directly to a major rival gang's money laundering front. The industry backlash was instantaneous. Major fashion brands and beauty sponsors began pulling out of deals associated with her, fearing the blood money association. Her social media was deactivated after receiving over 2 million hate comments in less than 3 hours. But the ultimate cliffhanger? Amidst the noise, YoungBoy's own brother, OG33, posted a cryptic, bone-chilling message on his story. "She ain't the only one. We got a list of the snakes, and we're checking it twice." Wait, a list? Does this mean there are more infiltrators inside the NBA empire? Is the entire never broke again family crumbling from within? While fans were debating this, a leaked flight tracker photo showed YoungBoy's private jet landing in a non-disclosed private airfield in South Florida. He wasn't waiting for a police report. He wasn't waiting for an apology. The king was on the move. And the new, burning question on everyone's lips was, who actually authorized that $500,000? Because the rival rapper she was with in the club doesn't have that kind of liquidity. There is a much bigger silent partner pulling the strings from the shadows of a corporate office. The internet didn't just react to the betrayal, it fractured into 1,000 pieces. By midday on March 4th, the hashtag #SnakeMama was fighting for the top spot against hashtag NBA War, and the digital landscape had turned into a literal battlefield. Fan pages that once posted lyrics and tour dates were now transformed into intelligence hubs, analyzing every frame of the Miami club footage with the precision of a forensic team. "I have never seen the culture split like this," said a prominent hip-hop commentator during an emergency 6-hour YouTube stream. "This isn't just a gossip story anymore. This is a breakdown of the one thing hip-hop still held sacred: the family. If YoungBoy crashes out and retaliates, he's going to spend the rest of his life behind a wall. If he stays quiet, his street credibility, the very thing his multi-million-dollar brand is built on, is wiped out in a single night." She didn't just break his heart, she put a bounty on his soul. The division among the fans was fierce and toxic. On one side, the Loyalty Over Everything Brigade, the 4KT loyalists, were calling for a total scorched earth boycott of anyone associated with the Miami club or the rival set. On the other, darker side of the web, a controversial movement started the hashtag #FreeTheMama hashtag, arguing with twisted logic that YoungBoy's controlling nature and house arrest paranoia had driven her into the arms of the enemy. The comment sections became digital trenches, with fans from Baton Rouge to Berlin trading insults and threats. Celebrity responses only added high-octane fuel to the fire. Female rapper posted a cryptic IG story saying, "We don't know the trauma she faced behind those mountain gates. Maybe she was just looking for a way out," which was immediately met with a savage quote tweet from OG Legend stating, "Traumatized women don't take $500,000 in consulting fees and share biometric codes with shooters. That's a Fed move, period." Even DJ Academics went live, showing a scoreboard and giving the round one win to the OPPS, which led to a series of deleted tweets from YoungBoy's own producers, warning that the scoreboard is about to get reset in blood. The industry backlash was just as brutal. A major national music festival, where YoungBoy was slated to be the Sunday night headliner, released a vague statement about evaluating security protocols for upcoming events, which many read as a soft cancellation. But the most disrespectful blow came from the rival camp itself. They released a 30-second diss snippet that featured a voice memo of her laughing, the same haunting laugh from the club, with a caption that read, "We didn't even have to kick the door. She opened it for us." The fans are now demanding blood, and they're demanding answers. They're digging through 3-year-old vlogs, looking for glitches in her behavior. Was she planting listening devices in the nursery? Was she documenting the security rotation for the feds? The narrative has officially shifted from a cheating scandal to a full-blown spy thriller. And just as the public reached a fever pitch of speculation, a leaked internal memo from a major streaming platform suggested they were preparing for a record-breaking spike in traffic for an upcoming NBA release. The world is watching, the industry is shaking, and the air is thick with the smell of an impending explosion. Just when the world thought they had the Miami betrayal figured out, the final, most devastating bomb dropped. At 3 a.m., a leaked FaceTime screenshot surfaced on a burner account, showing the baby mama in tears, talking to NBA YoungBoy himself. But here is the spine-chilling twist. The timestamp proves this call happened 30 minutes before she ever stepped foot into that Miami club. The industry went into a total meltdown. A high-level insider from the NBA camp leaked a cryptic voice note where YoungBoy is heard whispering, "Let them think they got the keys. Feed the vultures what they want to eat." Was the entire betrayal a high-stakes setup by Top himself to weed out the snakes? Or did she triple-cross him and take the $500,000 anyway? The plot turned even darker when a forensic audit of that $500,000 consulting fee hit the dark web. The money didn't come from the rival rappers, and it didn't come from a label. The paper trail leads directly to a government witness protection fund. Is she a federal informant? Or is she the ultimate mastermind playing the OPPS and YoungBoy against each other for $1 billion payout? The final, bone-chilling revelation? A neighbor near the Utah fortress reported seeing a cleanup crew removing hidden recording devices from the children's nursery in the middle of the night. The betrayal wasn't just in Miami, it was in the one place YoungBoy felt safe. As of this second, YoungBoy has gone completely dark. No posts. No music. But his private security was just spotted in a heavy-duty tactical convoy heading toward a non-disclosed location in Florida. The silent partner has been identified, and rumors say it's someone who is in YoungBoy's inner circle since the 38 baby days. You will not believe who it is. The war hasn't just started. It's about to get biblical. Stay tuned, because part 2 is dropping sooner than you think, and the receipts we have are going to end careers. This is easily the most insane betrayal we have ever covered, and it's developing by the second. Was she a victim, a snake, or a government pawn? What do you think NBA YoungBoy's next move is? If you were in his shoes, would you go for total war or move in silence? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'm hearting the most shocking responses. Are you hashtag Team Top or hashtag Team Mama? If you want the notification the second part 2 drops, including the name of this silent partner and the leaked nursery footage, you need to smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell. We have sources on the ground in Miami, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Like this video if you think loyalty is everything. The industry is on fire, and we've got the receipts. Stay locked.